You're just lurking there, rubbing your hands together like a freak. This one is actually a unique fight from the other three, so she is saved for last. This is... Okay, I don't know what they're... Meg, that's right. Is this the real one? Okay, no, it's a pretty easy tell if I can... Yeah, I believe it's you. The one that twirls at the beginning is the real one. The others are just mirages. So the fire crackling sound is really nice. Yeah, you see right there, it's her. And the real one is the first one you lock onto automatically. Like, that's your option, I believe. So, here, we'll test that out again. No! Okay, I was wrong. That's fine. How many hits do you take? I mean, I'm fine doing this. It's not like we're doing this a ton. This might be the only fight like this in the game, so I'm cool with it. It's a neat idea. Just, you know, I'm just kind of doing it 5 times. Okay, yep, that was it. That's cool. And that's the 4th torch lit. Oh, I'm so glad I was standing on it. It just feels cool. Alright, I really think we're missing a Skulltula up here. I know where one is in the basement. Let me check the map one more time to make sure we got everything, at least that we can see on the map, because Skulltulas do not appear. Alright, let's get on! I'm not making good headway into my notes, though. There was initially, very early in development, a storytelling shopkeeper named Hobbit. Obviously a reference to The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings franchise. But he eventually turned into Business Scrubs, which I guess is more of an interactive shopkeeper as well. This is a neat little area. Switch behind bars. We get like a circus wheel. That's the best way I can describe it. Here's what you do. You aren't pushing the walls. It feels like you're pushing the ground, the wheel, which is pretty cool. And I had one more note, and I don't know why this is so low in my notes. Hyrule Castletown's markets, half-timbered architecture, that's specifically what it's called. It's based on the place where that is famous, where Miyamoto vacationed for a few weeks early on in the development of the game. Lower Franconia, Bavaria, Germany. Bavaria, I believe, is a province. I don't know if that's what they call them over there. In Germany. Hello? Where are you? Yes. Okay, this is totally not the last one, right? I will not complain if it is. Oh, it is! Okay, I don't remember getting one of them at all. Oh, but that feels good. We did it. We got everything, including the chest, right? Yeah, now we just got to find where the key door is. No, not key door. I guess the... Okay, yeah, it's up here. Whatever, we'll just push again. I hope I'm not pushing back the other way that we already were. But yeah, I just thought it was neat that how their real world, like, visits to places are like, oh yeah, gotta have this in a game. That would be cool. Alright, how are we gonna get over there? Okay, this is leading us to the same way as before, so I guess I'm gonna push it again? Okay, I still don't know if we're accomplishing anything here at all, but that is all my notes. There, okay, yes. Because we're moving the grate with the... Okay, that doesn't feel all that helpful, but thank you. It's up here. Sure? Is this the right way, or am I doing the opposite way again? I don't remember ever getting so confused in here, but this is the first non-frustrating time I've ever had with this dungeon, and that's only because I did it twice in a row. And I was actually really dreading doing it again. Like, I get so excited to commentate and to play this game, but every time before recording, I get so nervous about it and like, oh, I don't have any free time. I'm putting all my free time into LP Master 6. But the thing is, I really want to do that. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword, but I always end up recording. It's the first time I think I've actually ended up recording on the Monday, the first day I was planning on it. So maybe I won't be recording on my stream day this Wednesday again. I don't know how far I'm going to get on these days off. But we'll do at least 3 dungeons. Because I was going to get to the fire temple last time and stop. But then the power went out and I was like, oh, fuck this. Hello? What is that? We have to press 2? Why? We're not... I don't know what's happening. But also, while we were playing our board game, we were rather confused. And then we had a friend stop by unannounced, which is very rare in this day and age. He said he was passing by and saw that we were home. And shout out to Seth, who called me while I was setting up, and I ignored him because I am, you know, didn't start recording till like 4 p.m. Okay, we need to go in there. So I want to do that. If we can remember that, that would be great. Oh. No. Do I have to push it a different... That wouldn't make sense, though. We're just pushing the floor, right? Or the wall, whatever it is. Either way, it's going to move in the same pattern if I keep doing it the same way every time. Nope, that's not the right way. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get so frustrated while editing this. Okay. Push this way. Oh, I bet we need to line up the red carpet. But why haven't we done this already? Well, my wife is going to a midnight book release in a town 35 minutes away. And she is excited to go. She has never been to this bookstore before, and she is thinking about joining the book club. Okay. We must have to do the other wall here for some reason. Was that it? Does one move the wall and one move the floor? No, that seems to have led us in the exact same place. But I pressed the switch. What? What? I've never been stuck here. What is happening? I thought we were at the end and this is taking me 10 minutes. Oh. Nope, the switch is still pressed. So, well, no, the way we need to go is here. Do I need to start pushing it the other way? Is that going to be helpful in any possible way at all? Should I start cutting this out? I'm pretty sure we want to line up the red carpet here. Maybe it is the blue? No, I'm so goddamn confused. Oh, no. It's another switch room. Why? I pressed the switch. Why? Why is it like this? I pressed the switch. Am I supposed to... Is this it? Is this all it is? I'm so confused. Is that all I had to do this whole... I pressed 2 switches already. Do you have to press 3? What am I missing? I don't understand. Whatever, it's time to fight the boss! Finally, after, looks like an hour and 5 or 6 minutes. Alright, here we go. Okay, well, there's no boss here. Just some nice paintings. Very painting-obsessed place. Perhaps a remnant of the days when Ganon's castle was going to be the hub with all the painting worlds. I was going to leave because there's no boss and we get the ugly 2D sprites of Spikes. Guess what? It's Ganondorf, baby, and his steed. His steed, according to the Legend of Zelda chess set, is named Phantom. That's probably because... this is Phantom Ganon. This is not actually Ganondorf. But yes, this is the leftover from the painting travel. We have a painting-based battle against the fake Ganondorf here. Alright, I think this is... oh, no, that's not him. That's him. Yeah. Okay, Navi. No, I want to know what you say. Alright. So there's going to be some fake outs here. You can listen for the trotting. Alright. Yes, this is the real one. Cool. Whichever one's going to be the closest. Phantom Ganon, attack him when he comes out of one of the pictures. Watch out for the fake one. Yeah. Ganondorf's horse is probably the coolest, most underrated character. Not the coolest character, but the most underrated character in the series, I feel like. I love Ganondorf's horse. Oh. And that's the last appearance of Phantom the horse, I believe, in the game. Though that's not the real version, right? Because that's... Unless the horse is a phantom. Maybe the horse is dead. Because it's been 7 years. Is it a real horse? Or is it some, like, evil beast horse? Like, you know, the monsters that Ganondorf brings to life? I don't know. Oh, sorry. I was fixing my pants. It's an evil ghost of the Forest Temple. He comes out of one of the pictures. Answer his magic attack with an attack of your own. That's right. You remember the fight with Ganon in A Link to the Past. Energy tennis! That's what a lot of people like to call it. Okay, I guess we hit it too early? These balls can't hit us, obviously, and do damage. I need a better angle here. Okay, that was too early. Okay, normally I don't struggle this much with this. Okay. If we die on Phantom Ganon, I'm going to be sad. Okay, okay. Oh, you want to get as much damage as possible, but it's not that easy. Okay, that was definitely way too early. Come on. Yeah, that was good. This is why it's tennis. And the speed increases every time, so it's really cool. Way cooler than it was in A Link to the Past, hitting Aghonim's energy balls back at him. I don't know why forms of Ganon, because, you know, spoilers, but Aghanim was a form of Ganondorf. Or no, Ganon. Sorry. They just love their energy balls. Yes. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know why sometimes you get so many hits. I guess it's the more you ricochet it. How many rallies you get more stun time on him. Yeah, there was no way that was going to work. No, I don't want the bow. I keep trying to zoom out with C down like it's Mario. At least I think that's how it works in Mario 64. Damn it. Too slow. Oh, we don't have any healing items. We're going to have to get some milk. Oh, oh, oh. That's it.
Hey, kid. You did quite well. It looks like you may be gaining some slight skill. But you have defeated only my Phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. What a worthless creation that ghost was. I will banish it to the gap between dimensions.
That was not my best voice acting ever. I apologize. But they actually make you feel sorry for the boss you just killed. Phantom Ganon. That's how they paint Ganondorf as the most evil creature. Also, there's no way out. You are locked. But who cares? Why would you have to go back? You had the elevator. You had the option to go back that whole time, unless you just realized during the boss fight you didn't get all the Skulltulas or something. But, of course, you can always go back in, you know, normally. But let's go view a cutscene, shall we? Sorry, spoilers. There is a cutscene after a dungeon. Oh, I love the A Link to the Past crystals. Chamber of the Sages. Thank you. Because of you, I could awaken as a sage. I am Saria, the sage of the Forest Temple. Does she not recognize us? Yeah, she does. I always believed that you would come, because I know you. No. You don't have to explain it to me. Because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. I will stay here as the forest sage and help you. Now please take this medallion. You receive the Forest Medallion. Saria awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Nice 3D model there. Love the colors. Notice, that looks more like a wind symbol. Originally, it was going to be the Wind Medallion and the Wind Temple, presumably, instead of Forest. Sorry for ruining the moment, though. Saria, fuck. Saria will always be your friend. I need to take a break. This commentary sucks. And we're back at the Deku Tree's dead body that's been here for 7 years. When did Link get an earring? Why did Rauru give an earring to him? And why did he pierce his ear in the 7 years? That's explained in the manga. More on that later. Hi there! I'm the Deku Tree Sprout! Because you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish! Thanks a lot! Hey! Have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokiri. You are actually a Hylian. I am happy to finally reveal this secret to you. So clearly he's got all the Deku Tree's knowledge and memories and stuff, which is really cool, which makes him one of the oldest creatures in existence. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world. So he took him into the forest, and wouldn't have if it were not a Destiny child? Jesus Christ. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri. And now, finally, the day of destiny has come. You are a Hylian, and were always bound to leave this forest. And now, you have learned your own destiny. So you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule! Now, Wayne, break the curses on all of the temples and return peace to Hyrule. Thanks, Dad. Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because you and sorry... Oh, God, do we have to see all the text again? No, okay. Well, did you guess any of that? That's why we aged. That's why we're the child of destiny. Because we're Hylian. And, well, we just learned about our parents for the first time ever, or at least our mother. She died in the Hyrulean Civil War, as it's usually called. Hey, everyone's outside again now. There's no more monsters. Also, I forgot to call Saria. Oh, this line makes me sad. Any of those times. But guess what? We still have Saria's song. She's not locked away forever. People act like the sages die and their spirits are preserved to protect the temples. Nintendo outright said that's not true. Down, right, left, down, right, left. We could have talked to Saria at any time after becoming an adult before this point, and I completely forgot to because her text is almost never interesting. Wayne? This is Saria. Can you hear me? Wayne, at first I didn't want to become the Sage of the Forest, but I'm glad now. Because I am helping you to save Hyrule, Wayne. Yes, I am! See, that's why. I think that's all she says for the rest of the game, but I could be wrong. I mean, you don't need her hints as much. There don't need to be 2 hint systems in the game. But let's talk to everybody. I still think you really look like somebody I've seen before, mister. Teach me some fancy fencing. All I've ever done is tap B all my life. Is that a joke to how simple the combat is? Now that the Deku Tree sprout is growing in the Great Deku Tree's meadow, the forest has returned to normal. So we broke Ganondorf's curse, and it only took 7 years of misery for all our old friends. Well, friends is a strong word. Wayne, I wonder if he will come back. Why don't we just tell them the truth? That's what kills me. That's what killed me the first time I saw this. Like, they're your friends. Tell them. I mean, they probably won't believe you, but you never know. You're such a big, strong guy. I really want to be like you someday, even though I'll always be small. See, they don't talk about it that much before, because I guess they don't want you to think about it until this point, but... it's a really underplayed moment of the plot, and I don't know how much they actually really thought about it, but the Hyrulean Civil War is kind of a big deal. Okay, we already saw you. That's why Zora's domain is locked away, and you have to be on official business with the royal family to enter. That's why Darunia was so skeptical and thought the king was insulting him. Yes, I do have a bow, thank you. I believe that's the same thing you say before. Does that take us up to the Lost Woods? I can't remember. Is there still somebody? No, because Fado is in the woods laughing about how, you know, an acquaintance of ours died. But, you know, whatever. Fuck her. Like, the war just ended not long before the game starts. That's why Ganondorf is the last of the race's leaders to go swear fealty to the King of Hyrule. Hyrule won the war. That's why we're a unified Hyrule. Some text makes a big deal out of that. What is it? Right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left? No, that's to the forest stage. So probably not. But here's what we wanted. First, before we end the video and talk to Mido here, the last guy we had to talk to, I wanted to say more about the Hyrulean Civil War. You know, that's why there's... I mean, that could be said as to why there's not too many of each race. Because there was a lot of devastation and a lot of supplemental material, especially the manga. It goes into how Link's dad was a soldier and he died for Hyrule. And it was mostly all over land. And Hyrule won, and that just paints the king as more of a bad person in my eyes. And we will get more into this later. There's actually more lore on this in the game later, though it's not overstated. Also, the fireflies look so good here. Why did the Kokiri... Sorry, no. Never... Fuck. Fuck. Cut that out. Stupid. That wasn't even a... I'm gonna leave this in, actually. I'm gonna stop the video. God damn. But I'll have more to say about the manga and the Civil War later, but it's devastating. It can be assumed the Kokiri were not involved, but the Gorons and the Zora definitely were. The Zora were locked away, hidden behind the waterfall, because that was their defense mechanism. They're like a fortress. And of course the Gorons were just brute forcing everything, and the Gerudo are warriors and thieves as it is, so... Yeah, apparently a really bloody war happened, but Mido? Let's talk. Oh, I see. Saria won't ever come back. But I made a promise to Saria. If Wayne came back, I would be sure to tell him that Saria had been waiting for him. Because Saria really... Like... Hey, you. If you see him somewhere, please let him know. And also, I'm sorry for being mean to him. Tell him that, too. Oh, that's the closest I've gotten to tearing up in a video ever. And then we're going to end on this face. I'm LP Master 6. That is the most satisfying rival resolution I maybe have ever seen. Just because it's so optional and so subtle. That was a fun time in the Forest Temple, guys, but goodbye.